What's up? It's Doug. We're going to do a listing appointment here with Nick Mckeehan. Nick Mckeehan is a relatively new agent with EXP. He's going to be coming in here to do his listing appointment. It's going to be a little listing appointment role play. Yes, sir. So, let's see. I'm trying to get this straight. That should work. That should work. All right. Should be good to go. We have an appointment at 1:05. I'm also waiting for some people to join our Zoom call. We're going to be role playing with Nick. I'm going to be the seller. And I haven't seen anybody come on the Zoom call yet. Come on, people. I want to make sure I don't have the wrong link. There's Laura. You're the first one, Laura. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. I've got a realtor coming over to my house. Said he can make me money. How's it going, Laura? You're the only one on right now. I can't hear you, but that's okay. Someone's at my door. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
How are you? You must be Nick.
I'm Nick. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming over. You didn't have a problem finding a place?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Beautiful neighborhood you have here.
Oh, thanks, man. I still got to clean out the gutters, and I don't know. I got some pressure washing to do, and then I got this thing in the back that I got to do, and just trying to get stuff ready. But so busy with work these days, So.
Right on. So I take it, is this your first home that you're selling, or
No, we've sold homes.
you sold homes before?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So you got a pretty good idea of what's about to happen. Good.
I mean, well, we didn't have a problem selling our house before.
Okay.
So when we lived in North Carolina, it was no problem at all. It sold pretty fast. So,
Good deal.
Anyway, but we're interested to hear what you have to say, and wanted to get to meet you. So I guess you want to see the house first?
Just walk me around a little bit, show me everything.
Yep. Yeah, we're this over here, the living room, and I did these floors myself, and then we walk, and there's the master bedroom, and
Okay.
I'm sorry, we didn't clean everything up because we have more to get ready before we list the property, but we'll get it in good looking order and stuff like that. So some of this, we got dogs, and some of the carpet in here is a little dingy, so will the buyers just take care of that, and then they can put whatever flooring in that they want?
Yeah, it kind of gives them a little bit of a blank canvas, as you will. We're not fully updated, but this house, I would still consider it turnkey ready. Someone can move in here, move in everything, and then slowly start working stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of benefits too, because it gives them an opportunity to add value to the house instead of just buying something already done, which they may not like, but it also gives them a chance to add value versus just appreciation.
Okay. So we'll have to discount the price then?
We could get into that. Mind having a chat, sit down like the kitchen table or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no worries. We've been really safe with coronavirus. If you want to remove your mask, that's fine. I appreciate you wearing it though. So it's totally up to you though.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay if I'm not wearing one.
No,
yeah. Do you want to? We could just sit on the couch if you want. Sit on the couch.
Can we sit at a table, because I have some stuff I want to lay out in front of you.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
Take a peek.
The dining room or in the kitchen?
The kitchen. That's okay.
Kitchen's great. Yeah. There we go. Do you want anything to drink? You want a drink of water or anything?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
You okay? Okay. Thanks, man.
Okay.
All right.
So
what'd you think? I mean, I know we've got some things that need to be done or whatever that we didn't do. We were planning on it, but this kind of just came up, so we didn't get everything done that we wanted to. So.
Well, it kind of depends on the time frame that you guys are wanting to move,
Mhm,
but I don't see anything that needs to be replaced or
mhm.
needs to be fixed offhand, because floors are still in decent shape, the carpet looked fine, the paint's fine. Um, Obviously, once the inspection comes back, there might be some things, but we could talk about things to prepare, some, like a little checklist that you could go through to make sure everything's good to go. Get like little estimates and whatnot, so,
Okay, okay, okay.
I guess we haven't had a chance to talk a lot. Tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in the real estate business for about 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Before that, I was active duty military, Air Force. I was
Oh, okay,
stationed up at Moody Air Force Base.
okay, okay.
I met
My
my,
brother's Navy, so,
oh, right on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I met my wife there,
Oh, okay,
and then we kind of wanted to settle down. I was deploying for 6 months, home for a year, 6 months, home for a year, and it's not the easiest on a relationship. So I decided to transfer into the Guard. We actually moved to Colorado for a while.
oh, okay,
Yeah, my parents lived there,
awesome.
and right when I moved there, Dad got transferred and they had to move. So my mom wasn't too very happy with that. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and we spent, we only made it through one winter. The wife does not drive well in the snow.
okay,
She managed to get
okay,
two little fender benders,
okay,
and she loved looking at pictures of snow, but she didn't like hanging out in snow.
yeah,
So we started looking at areas to move. We thought about the Carolinas and then Florida.
yeah,
Since she's from Valdosta,
okay,
that's close to Florida. Her parents have like a weekend spot that we go fishing and all that stuff. So we're like, you know
okay,
what? We're gonna move to Florida. Been here for about 8 months.
uh-huh, okay.
Yep. So we just actually bought a house up in Plant City.
Oh,
So I'm
nice,
really familiar with the market.
yeah,
And once we dig into some stuff, I think you're
okay,
gonna be pretty happy.
okay,
So
very
what about
good.
you? Based off the pictures, you have a big family.
Yeah, yeah, we've got 4 kids and we've been living here since 2014. So, we really love the house, the neighborhood, Derek, he's on that side. He's great. His kids are grown, but super chill people. And I mean, everybody else, it's on a cul-de-sac. So, it'd probably be perfect for a family. And it just seems like everything that goes on the market in here sells
Yeah,
really pretty
very fast.
quickly. And so yeah, I just, we got that job transfer. It was pretty sudden, but it's a good opportunity. So
Okay.
we're gonna head back to North Carolina and don't wanna
Yeah.
don't wanna own 2 homes. So,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Say the Packer banner back there.
Yeah.
You a Packer fan?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited about Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't like Brady,
absolutely.
so I hope you guys beat him.
No.
I'd like to see you guys in the Bills personally.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be
That'd
fun.
be a
I
good
grew up
matchup.
in Wisconsin.
Oh,
So,
so we're from the Midwest.
Packers, it's in the blood a bit. So, even though my wife and my boys, they do like Tom Brady, but we'll forgive them for that.
Yeah.
But they're yeah, very good. So,
Okay.
yep.
Good deal. So
Yeah.
did you get a chance to look at that pre-listing packet that I emailed over to you last night?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, good.
I saw that you had sent something, and then this morning I took a look at it. Yep.
Okay, good. So you were saying that you got a job offer. Do you have like a tentative start date with that, or is it kind of just looking for jobs right
They'd
now?
like us. No. I have an offer. They'd like me there in March. So,
Oh, March. Okay.
yeah, there's a lot to do here though. So I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. I mean, it just depends on what happens here. I mean, they'll wait for me, but
Okay.
they're
Well, I
saying
think in
March.
this market, I don't think we're gonna have an issue with that.
Okay.
Do you see, well, since you've sold a house before, what anticipated challenges do you think is gonna come up with this property?
Well, I mean, I know we gotta let people through here, and we gotta probably leave and take the dog with us and the
Okay.
kids, and I mean, we've already talked about that. So the wife and the kids, they know that. So
Okay.
they got some friends' houses they can go to. They can go to the park if it's just gonna be. I mean, how long does the showing usually take?
It could range from anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes,
15
depending
to
on how
30.
everything's going.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
open up the house, try to mitigate people touching things.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that no one's opening drawers or anything like that. And whatever you want to see, just leave open. And then,
Okay.
so that's with COVID and whatnot.
So I mean, I don't really have any concerns other than
Okay.
just, I got projects I gotta get ready, and then just gotta, make sure we know when people are coming over and all that stuff. And
Okay. So what kind of things are you looking for in an agent? Obviously, you want to sell the house as fast as possible.
Yeah, I want to sell the house fast. I want to sell it. I think we have a great house, and I think my wife decorates really well. I think people like this house, so
I
I
agree.
want, I want somebody that can get me, the most amount of money,
Yeah,
put in my pocket. I know you got a
Yeah.
family to feed as well, probably, Nick.
Exactly.
But so I mean, I know there's expenses and stuff, but I want to get, whatever we can get out of this property, and because we're moving into another market, and we're going to need the money up in North Carolina. We're going to need as much as we possibly can to buy
Okay.
our next home. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So
somebody
obviously,
that knows the market and can, I think the biggest thing with our last agent was just like communication. It was like
okay.
once she kind of had her sale, it felt like it's
kinda
like we
just
wouldn't
left
hear
it.
from her, yeah, for
No.
like 10 days or like, so we'd like, and she was always responsive, she was fine, but it's like we'd have to text her and say, hey, do we need to be doing something, or somebody's supposed to reach out to us, and we just, anyway, but
Okay.
it's just,
Yeah. So obviously, you'll have my email, you'll have my phone number, you'll have my office number. I keep it on me all the time. I do this thing with my clients where I pick a day during the week. So we met on today's a Wednesday. So I will call you every Wednesday. What time do you get off work?
I'm working from home right now, so
Okay.
I'm done at 4:30. So.
Okay, so I'll give you a call around 4:30, 4:35 every
Yeah.
day. We'll do a rundown of the week, things that you need to prepare for, things that are coming up. And then in that listing packet that I gave you, it has some things that you could follow along with. Like, I know you've sold a house before, but here's like the little chart of, obviously we're here.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I looked at this real quick. This is what
Yeah.
you put in my email,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Okay. CS the key, huh? Oh, wow, you came a long way.
It's just a broker affiliation.
Oh, okay.
So I work for EXP. Obviously you see my branding's on a lot of stuff.
Oh, sure.
So it's actually
Okay.
it's a cloud brokerage. So I don't have to go into any office or anything like that to get in contact with my broker. If I have a question, I can call him immediately, send an email, and they're very good at getting back. I also have a mentor in the area. He's arguably the most respected person in this area. He always
Okay.
answers his phone. If there's something that I don't know, he's a guy that I could go to, and he normally answers me back extremely fast. So,
Okay.
but we talked about a lot of the stuff in there. It's just something that you could reference back to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we do want to make sure, I see that you have, our home will be online, is that right? It'll be.
Yes. So we'll go over the marketing strategy. I just wanted to talk about,
Okay, that's fine.
arguably the most favorite part is the pricing.
Oh,
So
okay.
you sold a house.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
you probably went on Zillow or something right before you talked to me.
Yeah,
Do you have an
yeah.
idea of what you're looking for price wise?
Well, I mean, Zillow says it's worth 340. I know the guy down the street, he sold for like 345, a few months ago, but that had
Okay.
tenants in it. It had some updates, but I don't think it was as nice as our house. The lot wasn't as big, so it just seems like everything sells. But we're we bought it at a good price, and I'm sure we'll get some money out of it. We want to make sure it doesn't. I don't know how long do you think it'll take to sell?
Well, based off what I've gathered with all my research, I think you're a little bit off in the pricing, but actually in a good way.
Oh,
So your house is definitely worth more than 350,000. So have you ever heard of a CMA, comparative market analysis? I don't know if your realtor did one with you before.
I don't know. Maybe.
So this is like a little report that I
Mhm.
put together. I took your address, so I narrowed it down to your neighborhood. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, around 2,500 square feet, and then with a pool.
Okay.
So I'm sure you know, Florida, there's 2 markets. You got homes that have pools and homes that don't have pools.
Oh, okay.
And that's completely different. So Florida, we're experiencing a very low inventory level, but a bunch of buyers.
Oh.
So you being a seller, that's good because supply and demand. If you have more buyers, not enough inventory, starts to drive the prices up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So that's why your house is worth more than you actually think it is.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
this is what I have. This is your house, and then I grabbed these 2 because these are the closest in your neighborhood. This one was pending, so it's actually under contract right now. And then
Okay.
this one just sold in October. So I
Okay.
didn't want to, the market here has been appreciating so fast that if I were to go more than 90 days,
Mhm.
like houses appreciated almost like 8% in certain areas.
Oh,
And
wow.
with this neighborhood being it as it is, great schools,
Yeah.
obviously people take care of their lawns. Your HOA is not very expensive because I know that kind of turns a lot of people off, especially.
Right.
people
And there's no
coming-
CDD here.
Correct.
Cause I think, you know, my sister lives down in Riverview and I think she pays like $2,000 a year
Yeah.
in just a CDD for their swimming pool and stuff.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
Crazy.
even though you guys have a community pool and whatnot, it's really nice having like your own. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to just take a quick look at these are the price points that they sold for. As you can see, the bedrooms and stuff are the same, but your square footage is a little bit lower. But
Okay.
one house sold for 500,000 and then the other one sold for 480, or excuse me, 475. Okay, so you were thinking 350,
Yeah.
but I want you to take a peek at one thing for me.
Okay.
So pretty much everything matches up. Your house is just a tad smaller, but it's not like it's missing a bedroom or anything. So they got the curb appeal, which I think you guys are pretty much in line with.
And this one's sold already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this one sold.
For
$490. Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, so I just want you to take a
Okay.
quick, I want you to look at two specific things.
Okay.
So see how they already have like the really nice updated flooring.
Mhm.
They have the nice updated kitchen as well. And those are really, really big selling points.
Uh-huh.
Even though you guys, looks like it was original. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's original or you know, we have this really specific red tile.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's original or somebody that moved in. I mean, it was been through two owners though,
Yeah.
so it's either original or it's 10 years
Okay,
old.
so that's the main difference, and I think
Yeah.
that's why these houses were selling at the top of the market like they have been.
Uh-huh.
But it's same size or just a little bit smaller. They got the nice pool, the updated master bathroom, and then let's take a look at this one too. Crap, I don't think- Okay. But so going through these pictures, it's the same thing, really updated.
Okay.
So now that after you've seen that, what do you think?
Well,
What are you thinking price wise now?
so we had 475 and 500,
500.
but that was a bigger home, right?
Yep, they're about 500 to 700 square feet bigger. It's like an additional living room or whatnot, and they were fully updated.
Okay.
So with your motivation level,
Well, yeah, and
what were you
also,
thinking?
I mean, a lot of my neighbors, they've done their roof already.
okay,
I mean, there's only a few of us now that have, you know, I mean, my roof's 20 or 21 years old, you know.
wow,
So, you know, I don't really want to put the money into it. I'm
Oh, no.
leaving
I-
the house.
with
So,
with how strong this market is, there's no need to,
mhm.
as long as there's no. Do you have any leak problems or anything like that?
No, we
Okay.
don't.
So then that should check out on the inspection. If you did, they happen to find something, that might be something that they want fixed or give like a credit or take some money off the price.
Okay.
But
So would you just would we offer that up front, like do a credit for the roof?
no, I don't think that's needed.
Okay.
So did you see those two houses that I showed you?
Yeah.
So in your entire neighborhood, guess how many listings there are right now?
Well, I think the one down the street just went under contract,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So as of now, there's not a single listing in your neighborhood,
Right,
which it doesn't sound like it's a good thing, but it's actually a very good thing because people want to live in this area. You have the
Yeah.
top rated schools, you have a pool, you have the amenities that this community offers.
yeah,
So you have what a lot of people want.
okay.
So
Well,
once this pops up,
do you think 400 is gonna be too much?
I think it'd be more, to be honest,
Oh, wow,
because both of these houses, this one was on the market for 1 day
oh, wow,
and they went under contract at listing price.
okay,
This house, the one that went for 500,000, was only on the market for 6 days.
uh-huh,
So I think 450, I think is a good price point.
oh,
I think
wow.
it's competitive. It's still in that under the 500,000, because once you kind of start getting above that threshold, the amount of buyers goes from this to this.
Oh, okay,
So I think your house's price, I think 450 is good because their realtors are gonna do this. They're gonna show them these, like, wow, this house is going for $500,000. They're only offering 450.
Yeah,
But to remodel that house, especially if you're buyer A is kind of a handyman, he could do his own flooring and paint, and that stuff alone commands the next level.
right.
Because when we bought our house, we looked at 3 or 4.
Mhm,
They were going for about a little bit less than this,
mhm.
but then we found ours. We were kind of in the same situation. Original appliances,
Yeah,
paint was off. We
Right.
wanted to redo the flooring,
right.
but we were able to get it at a lower value.
Mhm,
And with you having the pool, and you're not real far off from getting this. So I think
mhm,
450 potentially is a good starting point.
mhm.
And with the strategy that
We
I'm
just don't want it. I don't want it to sit on the market a long time. I mean,
correct.
I got to be in North Carolina, and I don't know. We just don't want tons of people and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I mean, I
trying
like
to get
I
in
like
the meeting.
450. If you're
Somebody texted me and said I'm waiting to get let in the meeting, so I don't know.
Okay. Anyways.
stupid waiting room, have them come back in, and I'll let them in. But that's why we start at 105.
Okay.
So yeah, I like 450 as long as, if you're confident in that. I've got, I talked to a couple other realtors, and I mean, you're quite a bit higher than
Okay.
what they think.
Don't mind me asking, what were they saying?
Well, one of them came in at thought 425,
425.
and then the other one said 410.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I think it could be quite a bit more than that, but
Mhm.
this is your house. We want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're comfortable with where you're going. But I think with the marketing strategy, we're going to go over, I think.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna
what do you
help.
guys do?
So, like, remember I was telling you about, we're cloud brokerage, really
Mhm.
tech based. So
Okay.
I think we're way above everybody. So first thing I'm going to do is go in. That's if you hire me. We're going to get the professional photos taken.
Okay.
A lot of realtors skip this step because they think that this market is so strong that people will be fine looking at it, but you'll be able to take your property, elevate it up, get them in the door,
Mhm.
and they're going to fall in love with it just like you did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do that.
My wife wanted to know, do we got to take down like the personal photos? I don't know. She watches HGTV and stuff like that.
I think that's more of personal preference. So obviously you're gonna have people walking into your house and whatnot.
Mhm.
I've had some clients want them all out. I've had some say that they really don't care, because
Okay.
it just creates one extra step.
Mhm.
So, and with the market, I don't think it's gonna be on very long.
Right.
So we're gonna put them on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com.
Okay.
So the goal of this strategy is to get as many eyes on this property as possible, as
Okay.
fast as possible.
Uh-huh.
So once we get that, I'm gonna start sending out just listed emails to my entire database that I have. So they're gonna know that I have a listing, and they're gonna have all the details on it, so that way they can start telling their buyers. One thing that I like to do is whenever offers are submitted, I like giving the buyer's lenders a quick call, just to
Uh-huh.
make sure that they're qualified, kind of feel them out
Okay.
and whatnot. And social media.
Uh-huh.
Social media is very, very big here.
Mhm.
A lot of people going through Facebook, Instagram, all
Mhm.
that. So I'll be creating ads, I'll be flooding it with all that. So there's people going to be seeing your property, and there's going to know there's something available in this Twin Lakes community.
Mhm.
And then I like doing open houses, but the main reason I like doing open houses, not just because you get a lot of foot traffic in it. You get
Yeah,
people not
sometimes like
represented.
looky-loos, like I know
Yeah.
my neighbors probably will come through the house. You'll probably
Yeah.
meet all the neighbors,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so that's a part of the strategy, getting as many guys on property. But I think the greatest thing that open house does is it creates anxiety.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is, say,
for me,
yes.
for my wife,
No,
she's got to clean the house,
not for you.
right?
So
Oh, okay.
what we're gonna
Yeah.
hypothetically, this house is gonna be listed on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the listing's gonna have that there's gonna be an open house on that Saturday and Sunday.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people work weekends, or a lot of people don't have time to come on the weekends, so they're gonna come look at the house. If they know there's going to be an open house, they know there's going to be a lot of foot traffic. They know there's going to be more people coming in, more potential for offers. So they'll be more inclined to submit an offer that day, or maybe just the following day.
Right.
Because that's what was happening when I just bought mine up in Plant City. It was listed on a Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
and 3 of the ones we looked at were under contract before Friday.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
and multiple offers.
Right,
So ideally, we'd like to get above asking or whatnot, but
yeah.
if we get a strong one,
Hey, if we got 450, you know, I'd be in pretty good shape, so I think.
yeah. So I'd also, depending on your guys' situation, that's the only offer we have, I'd like to keep the open house.
Mhm,
Just in case if that first offer falls through,
mhm.
we could have another one locked and loaded, ready to go.
Okay, so you'd wanna do what, Saturday and Sunday?
I would ideally tentatively have that scheduled, but depending on what happens in the first 3 days
Mhm.
of it being listed, if we're getting so much traffic on it and we got offers, I'll give you a call and be like, hey, do you want to go through the open house
Sure.
or
sure.
whatnot?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, we could be ready for something like that, I suppose, yeah.
Okay. And then another thing I like to do, so I know you said that you guys had places to go if we needed to do showing. So if someone called me at like 5 o'clock saying they wanted to go see it at like 6, is that something that would
Well,
be
I don't
feasible?
know, I mean, I think we'd need a little bit of time to get it cleaned up, it just depends on,
Okay,
you know, if we were just in the middle of making dinner or something, we probably wouldn't be able to do an hour.
okay,
You know, they can just come back the next day or whatever, and our kids go to bed at 7, so really, you know, we kind of want to know,
okay,
you know, a little bit earlier if we can, but
okay.
you know,
So
we
can
want to
set-
show it
We could set a time block and I think that'll help too, because it'll narrow everybody in and you only have to leave your house for like 3 or 4 hours a day and then
Mhm.
go from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Here's another thing. So what I like to do as well is, so when people come and see houses, normally they just don't go look at one. They can look anywhere from 2 to like 9 in a day. So we need to find something to give them or for them to hold on to make your property stand in their mind. Because when we were looking for them, especially in Colorado, we looked at 8 houses one day. And my wife and I were talking about it, like, well, we like this one because it had well, why do we like that one? Which one had the nice kitchen? Which one had that?
yeah, yeah.
So
we do
I
the
have
same
these
thing.
little folder things that I make that have, it kind of looks like this, but imagine it has your house,
Mhm.
your key amenities, that likable stuff. It'll have my name and stuff on it, so if they need to call anybody. And then it has something like this that's going to be inside that has all the property features of it. It'll have like the bedroom square foot, HOA
Oh, okay,
cost
okay,
attached with the listing. But when some people kind of read this, they really don't understand it all.
Mhm.
And realtors only have to go through a 63-hour course. So I don't know how good they are. So a buyer could be asking them, well, what does this cost? Or what was the size of this?
Right.
Does this one have a CDD? They're gonna tell them they don't know. It's gonna get pushed to the back. So by giving them this with the listing when they leave, they have something to hold on to and reference back to.
okay.
So keeps it in their mind.
Okay.
So these will be out at the showings. So every time someone comes in the showing, we'll have something, please take one, take it with you. Same with the open houses and whatnot.
And do you pay for that? Do you get
That's
that
all part of
done?
my marketing budget.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you hire me, the day I get the pictures, I'll go design those, get those made, and I should have them in about 3 days.
Oh, okay, okay,
So,
gotcha. Thanks. All right.
okay. Like I said, if you hire me, I have tons of resources. I'm gonna use everything at my disposal to make sure you get your house sold in time.
Yeah, I need somebody to trim those trees in the back. You know, you saw how the oak was it was touching the roof right there.
Okay.
So, I don't know, my neighbor said he might have a guy, but he hasn't texted me
I have
yet,
a
so.
list of contractors and stuff that I could send your way. I didn't attach this into the listing agreement, or not agreement, the listing packet that I sent you, but it has tips to make your house more sellable.
Oh, okay,
Has more tips, things to do before you sell,
okay,
and then things for moving, making sure that you transfer your addresses and all that stuff. So this is something that you could reference back to. I don't need to waste your time with that, since you've sold a house, you seem like you're on the right track.
okay.
And then it also has some things that you need to look for and get possible quotes for that are messed up, like get an idea of what your roof is going to cost. So if we get offers, or when we get offers, someone's like, well, we want the roof replaced. Like, boom, we already have a quote. If you're willing to take the price down a little bit, meet them in the middle, or with how strong the market is, we could hold off on that offer, wait for more.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
okay. Well, do you have any roofers that, I mean, they can come on over and get up there if they want to, but I was wondering,
to like inspect it?
to give us quotes.
Oh, to get it made? Yeah, I could send you over something with that.
Okay.
Like right when I get home, I'll give you my list. I'll give you my roofers, painters, floors,
Okay.
and whatnot. So you'll have everything to look at, and whatever you want to get an idea of, then you can.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. That sounds all right.
Okay. So if, God forbid, we don't sell your house and you're not happy with me, I don't charge a cancellation fee. I stand by my work. I think I'm gonna do a phenomenal job for you, but if you're not happy with me for any reason, I don't charge like a $500 fee or like
okay.
$1,000 fee that I know other realtors do. So I
Okay.
just want you to keep that in mind.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So that's kind of it. Do you have anything for me? Any questions?
Well, we just really want to know, well, yeah, the price,
Okay.
and then marketing. You said open houses and online and all that stuff. And then I guess I want to know how much, I know what my mortgage balance is. How much money would I be getting? I mean, you've got a commission, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've been charging our brokerage around 2.5%. So it's not the most, but it's not the least.
Oh, 2.5% total. Okay.
Well, 2.5% for me, and then we'll put 2.5% for the buying agent as well.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
depending on who you talk to, who explains it, you technically aren't the one paying it. So, wait, you are the one paying it. So it is coming from you. So, is that a number that you're okay with?
Well, I guess I'm more, I mean, do I have to pay the buyer's closing costs?
You do. You don't have to pay all their closing costs. So I could get I need to look more into seeing how much like equity and stuff that you have, and then I could send over a breakdown of every single cost that it is. That will give you an idea of how much your profit will actually be.
Okay.
And then when it comes to like negotiating, like if they're wanting like the roof or something like that done, then we could start offering paying a portion of their closing costs as well, and depending on how the deal is structured.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I talked to some other people and they had different ideas on price, but one guy said, I mean, he said he'd do it for 4%. So I'm just wondering, because I mean, I like your strategy. It seems like you came prepared today, Nick. But I shop a deal just like I would when I buy my car. So if could we do 4?
I'm gonna stick with where I'm at because I know that your house is worth more than that guy saying that your house is worth. So even that alone is gonna cover my costs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna provide you the best service that you could get at that price or from any price. And I don't think we're gonna have an issue getting this sold within your time frame at all.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your time, Nick.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I mean, this was really informative, and I got a big decision to make. Okay. And we're gonna just kind of review everything that you told us and everything. But I mean, we got to act quickly, and I need that tree trimmer, and I got some of the projects to take care of, and I think I should get to that this weekend. So you should I'll try to let you know something by Monday. So
okay. I'll get you over the contractor list tonight, and then I'll get you over the breakdown. Have you talked to a lender yet?
A lender?
Yeah, I know you were looking for, up there.
No, we haven't. We just stayed with some friends up there, and then just kind of looked around and stuff like that. So
okay. Also get you your breakdown of your equity fees and all that stuff, and we'll get you narrowed down at 450
on paper.
I could send one to you like $10,000 or $15,000 less, and I'll send you one if we happen to get more than 450, so you kind of have a general idea.
Okay. Yeah, that would help. That helps us know what we're kind of looking for, and when we go up to North Carolina and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, I look forward to hearing from you.
All right.
I'll get you that over tonight.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Good job, Nick. Break. All right. Good job, Nick. Really. All right. You get to make a choice now. Do you want to switch spots with me, or do you want me to kind of go through some things with you? Totally your choice.
Probably go over what I did wrong
Okay.
or didn't do well, because I was torn of asking you to sign a listing agreement, because I get conflicting stuff
Okay.
about doing it or not.
Yep.
I should have asked you in the beginning, would there be anything keeping you from hiring me today on the spot?
Yeah.
Which would have been a good thing to keep you thinking about.
All right. So a few things. First of all, that appointment that you just did is good. It's good enough to go in a listing appointment, and you're prepared enough and you knew enough, and it wasn't perfect, of course, but you could go on appointments tonight if you want to, right? If you get the appointments, you should go on appointments, and you should practice that appointment probably once a day, 5 days a week, every day. And then how much more excited are you going to be to go on appointments in 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks? You'll start scheduling them for yourself over and over and over again, because you just want to deliver this awesome presentation. You have a good presentation. You have visuals, you have answers, you have marketing plan. You talked about commission confidently. Okay. So I just want you to know, like, yeah, I could sit here and break down your appointment, but what you have is probably leaps and bounds above where anybody else. How long have you been in this business? 2 months?
Yeah.
2 months. So you're 60 days in, and you just delivered a 40-minute listing appointment.
It was that long.
Well, 35 minutes, 40
I
minutes.
ran it in my head. It was only like 15 minutes.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So no, it totally is good enough. So some of my notes, let's see. Okay. Right at the beginning, you went into this little thing about you, and it was, Colorado and the military and all that stuff, which is good. You can sprinkle that into the conversation, and you should, but you were making it about you right off the bat before you should have been asking me about me. The Packer flag was a good thing. Like that kind of stuff. Like that's the building. You have to get in a relationship with this person, right? So they don't just see you as a realtor, right? So you made it a little bit too much about you. It wasn't horrible, but I had to sit there and kind of listen when people really, they really love to talk about themselves more than anything, right?
So cut that down a little bit.
Cut it down. It's not that it's not important, because your military background and a little bit about you being married and your wife, and some of that is all important, because it creates, some relationship between us, and, we have some of those things in common, but it just felt a little bit drawn out. So
I'll work it in.
Yeah, you can work it in, just sprinkle it in when you see opportunities. But initially because that was kind of one of your like launch pads, you okay, well, I'm going to tell them about myself. That is where you should start asking the questions.
Okay.
How long have you been in this house? What do you like the most about it? How long would you stay if you didn't have to move? Is there anything you didn't like? Just get them talking, and you're not going to get through all the way through your questions, because it's going to turn into this little conversation. So anyway, when I give an objection, you did a good job. So I said communication was a problem with our last agent. Okay. Now it's natural instinct for us to want to handle this objection up front and address it like, I want to go right at it and just tell you that's not who I am. You're going to have a different experience. It's almost better to show them that you're listening to them by taking a note and saying communication, right? Take a note. Communication is important. Text, email, phone call. Okay. Now continue the conversation. Let them keep talking. Don't interject. Don't tell them how great you are at communicating. Okay. Just let them keep talking and take another note. They're going to say something else. Take another note. And then later on in the conversation, you say something like, now we talked before, and I understand that communication is one of your big hot button items. So I just wanted to ask, because we have so many different ways to communicate: text, email. Some people like a phone call. What's your favorite way to communicate? Because I don't want to be ringing your phone when you're supposed to be playing with your kids. So you showed them that you're listening, and you didn't have to say, hey, remember everything that you just said? I'm not that, right? You're gonna show them, not tell them.
Okay.
Okay. So I wrote, my note on that was shelve it. I listened to it. I heard it. I'm not going to give you all the reasons why right now. I'm going to put it on the shelf right here. I'm going to take notes, and then I'm going to keep referencing it, because I'm showing that I'm proving to you that I'm listening and I'm different than your other agent, because I can listen to you. Okay. Yeah. 4:35 every day. Cool. I like the idea. We're gonna give updates. Every day is way too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just something small. When you were talking about pricing, you did a great job. But just remember that when we're sitting in a listing appointment, we're working with the public who does not work in real estate. And so you started talking about pricing, and I forget what you were saying, but it's nice for them to just hear you confidently say, I have a strategy for that. Okay. So you were telling them all about something with pricing, and I can't remember. Maybe you remember what it was. What were you saying about pricing?
Well, you said it was like 350.
350,
I thought it was gonna be
450.
more.
Anyway, I can't remember what it was, but whether it's marketing, or whether it's pricing, or whether it's how to stage a home or how to photograph a home, it's just kind of nice. It's a big overview, and you just say, so I have a strategy for that. How are we going to let the public know? Well, I have a strategy for that, and the way that I do that is this, right?
So don't bring the price up yet?
No, you can. Just don't unload on them without first. It's kind of like you tell them what you're going to tell them, then you tell them, then you tell them what you told them.
Oh, that's what I did. You told me your price, and I told you to look at the photos, and then I asked you, now what do you think it's worth? And then you were still, you still said low fours or something.
Yeah.
Was I priced correctly?
I don't think you haven't seen my house, so it's all right. The data is about right. So there's a 3,000 square foot house at the end of the cul-de-sac. It has a huge yard. It went at 475. It's going to sell it over that.
That was this one.
On Waterlark.
Yeah.
It's pending.
Yeah, it's
going to sell at like 485 or something like that. But it's fully updated. My house isn't. My master bathroom. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was all good. You're just working off of data. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
One opportunity you missed was a referral to North Carolina. You asked about a lender, but you can slowly and kind of say, hey, so did you actually see any homes in North Carolina? Oh, well, I was just staying with my friend, and then we walked in the open house, and then we saw a new build. Okay, well, I have a network of agents all over the country, and actually, I'm thinking about somebody right now for you. Would you mind if I made an introduction to a great agent in North Carolina that will take great care of you? And the other thing is, if we have your home under contract here, and you have to buy a home on what's called a contingency, I'll work closely with my referral partner to make sure that that's seamless for you, and we can get your offer accepted in North Carolina. How's that sound? Great.
Yeah.
Okay. The seller net sheet, that's a huge hole, man. You got to figure that out, right?
The seller what?
The seller net sheet.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say that.
Well, I was gonna bring the one that I had on my house, but I didn't know if that would throw you off.
I can do my appointment if you want to, but
okay.
But I'll show you how I handle that, because I don't always bring a seller net sheet, but I will always give them an idea of what they could potentially be walking
Well, how
away.
am I supposed to know how much equity you have? If
It
this is my
doesn't,
first time.
that
meeting you?
doesn't matter. I'm gonna say, okay, so I say, they say, well, what do you think I'm gonna end up with? I say, well, the brokerage commission is 6%, like we talked about. I usually stack on another point to point and a half for other closing costs, including tax stamps, transfer taxes, and the owner's title policy, and you got to pay the title company something. So then I take the sales price that we talk about, 450, and then I do times 0.925, right? 92.5% of 450,000, and then I show them on my phone, and it says 427 or whatever it says, right? And I said, just take your mortgage balance and subtract that, because I don't know their mortgage balance. There's no way I could ever know their mortgage balance unless they told it to me, right? But that's not my responsibility. Then I say, just take, and then they say, well, I think we owe 235. No, it's supposed to be 230. No, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's not your responsibility. Your costs don't change based on their equity, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give them a roundabout number, and if it's super important to them, I will say, either you can get an app where you can try to get good at plugging it in, and you say, I can text this to you right now. Here's the scenario that we talked about with the 5% commission or the 6% commission, or hey, with a $10,000 roof credit, this is what it looks like. If we get 450 and then we have to give 10,000, then I'll send you that scenario as well. And then you just subtract your mortgage balance from that, and that's approximately, it's not guaranteed, but
Yeah.
it's approximate. Okay.
I
So-
had one, but I didn't know.
Yep.
I should.
Because I think, other than the appointment was great. So other than getting me enough information so that I could actually make a decision and asking me to sign a contract with you and make a decision, because I didn't have any huge objections. I told you I talked to other realtors, I told you other prices, but like I was ready. I mean, I was definitely ready. You never asked me for the sale. Yes.
You do bring it?
Yes. Bring it.
I have it. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yep.
Sure how it was really going.
Yeah. No, you got to ask for the sale. Sometimes you got to ask more than once. So, and you can
So
do.
how do you go about that?
Right. Try some soft closes, right? So I just talked to my photographer Sam on the way in. I know you guys are ready, and I know you need the weekend to get some things ready. But Sam said he has a hole in his schedule. He's the best real estate photographer in Hillsborough County, hands down. He's gonna make your house look gorgeous. We're gonna work together. I'm gonna be here to measure all the rooms and make sure I get all the data input correct for the advertisement. Okay. So, but Sam told me he has a hole in his schedule next Tuesday at 2:00, or he could do Wednesday morning. I think he said 10 o'clock. Which one of those worked better for you? And either I'm gonna say, I don't know, blah 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 blah, or I'm gonna say, well, Wednesday morning doesn't work at all. And then you're gonna say,
no.
yep. And then you say, well, it sounds like Tuesday at 2:00, and then shelve it. And then when you're going to close, you say, do you want me to reserve that Tuesday at 2:00, and we can finalize our agreement tonight so that I can get to work on your house immediately? So that's a soft close, right? It's a trial close.
Opens you up to kind of figure out how you're thinking the appointment's going to.
But you're also doing that throughout the appointment, right? So you always want to leave the appointment with doing kind of like a favor for them, right? So you got to find them a tree person, right? And it's even better once you get more experience. You say,
Should I bring that with me, like a list of guys?
Usually they're like in my phone, like I'll think of somebody, and
Right.
I'm totally honest with them though. Like if they ask me for a referral and it's just somebody I'm going to go find on Brandon word of mouth Facebook page, I'm going to say, I don't have a knockdown referral for you. Like handyman gets so busy, whatever. I don't have one that I use. I said, if you find a good handyman, please let me know. I'm always looking for a good handyman. If it's like a landscaper, I say, my landscaper loves to do jobs for my clients. His name is James. I'm going to do an introduction via text with you guys, probably right when I leave here tonight. And so he can take a look at that tree. He might ask you for a couple pictures, and he can probably give you a quote on what it's going to take to get that down.
Okay.
So, so as you get more experience and you have those relationships, you get to use some people's names. Hey, you got to call James to get your tree work done. He always takes care of my clients, stuff like that, you know, and that's all good. But you're tying yourself together and you're creating a reason to follow up with them. Don't take your phone out and give them James's information right now, even though you could. Make sure that tonight
You have a reason to speak to him.
You have reason to call them, text them. Hey, did you get that information? Did James reach back out to you? Follow up with them. Hey, you know, did he get the job done for you? Did he do a good job? Was his price fair? Should I refer him to my other clients as well? Oh, and by the way, you know, are we ready to go now? Maybe they didn't commit to you and you say, you know, are you ready? You know, because you're the guy that just kept calling them after and following up with them. So yeah, no, seller net sheet, you got to solve the problem of how much money am I getting, and then ask for the sale and just, you know, just go for it, whether it's a soft close or hard close or, you know, did you know that Bic made these gel pens? Check that out. That's a really nice pen. Check it out. No, you should write with it, write your name. Yeah, cool. Now, all you need to do, I've got 12 pages. It's 12 initials and 1 signature on the back. Don't miss line 564. There's an initial in the paragraph, actually. And that's an arbitration clause. You can ask more questions about it if you want. And that way, we can get going and get your house on the market as soon as possible. Hold my pen. So, good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Cool. No, that was Nick. You did an awesome job. You were prepared. You should continue to practice that, and you should try to start delivering that appointment twice a week to anybody and everybody who will let you in their house.
Okay.
And ask for 6% if you want. You don't have to.
I've yet to come across a listing since I started that was at 3 each.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta look at my listings.
So if they keep haggling with you, will you go down?
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lose it over 1. I won't go to 4. I'll go to, you know, I usually put an onus back. Like, first of all, I have what they want, first of all, right? And so I'm not above making a deal. It's fine. We say, I call it the friends and family rate, you know? So I'll say, you know, 6%, blah, blah, blah. If they're going to buy another house with me, if they've already sent me a referral or whatever, you know, but like, okay, just give me the objection one time. So Nick, our commission structure is 6%. That means I will be sharing 5%. I will share 3% with the agent that brings the buyer's agent. And we, you know, when we're listing at 450, we're taking a big swing. So we're gonna, you know, anyway, just give me I'm handling the objection ahead of time, but give me an objection.
Well, the Eller realtor that I talked to said that he was only gonna take 5.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And, you know, the other people work for different amounts, but you and I agreed on 450. I'm here to put as much money as possible in your pocket. And what I've found in my experience, first of all, I'm going to need money for marketing because you do want me to market your home, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to feel like I'm held back on any of my marketing expenses. You know, if we're going to take a big swing, that means both of us, you on price and getting the home ready, and me on spending my money to make sure everybody knows about your property, right? And the other thing that I've found is sometimes it feels like real estate deals want to fall apart, right? They want to fall apart because you got appraisers and you got loan officers and underwriters, inspectors, all these people involved, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's going to come together. What I find is when you compensate the buyer's agent with a healthy amount with 3% commission, they're going to work extra hard to keep that deal together. And if we just offer them 2%, or if we offer them 2.5%, what's the difference between selling your house and selling the house down the street and the house across the county and the house in the other neighborhood? They have no real incentive to keep it together. They could even go to a new construction builder and make more money by selling them those new construction homes. So I want well incentivized realtors to get me to a closing table so that we can get you to North Carolina as quickly as possible and with all the money that you can possibly, count on. Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do
Good
this,
point.
man. I'm not against you. I'm not trying to take money out of your pocket. This is me. This is my side note.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take money out of your pocket. I'm trying to make you more money than any other way. And the way I do that is by having a nice large marketing budget and a super, super motivated buyer's agent on the other side. And you know what? You want something? How about this? If me or my wife sell your house, we'll do the whole thing for 5% then. If we find the buyer as well. And that happens about 20 to 25% of the time that we list the property is we actually find the buyer. We'll pass on the discount to you. Okay. I'll write that right in the last page of the contract. So you see it in writing, put it right there. And we can get this going today so that I can confirm your photos with the best real estate photographer in Hillsborough County. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, that's the right one, right?
Yeah, it's gotta have the, no. Because it's exclusive right to sell, transition from transaction broker,
From single to
from
transaction.
single agent to transaction broker.
That's
Yeah.
the one you need.
Mhm, that's what EXP wants, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you go through the different forms of representation?
No. No.
Okay.
So here's the great thing. People like simple, right? You don't go through the whole contract. They're like, here's the great thing. There's only a few decisions we have to make today. Okay. Let's talk about things in your house. Okay. Do you have great grandma's chandelier attached to the property? Right?
Mhm.
Or is there anything you need to exclude? Are you bringing the washer and dryer? Are you taking the garage fridge? Those things. So I'm going to make some notes here, and I'll also make some notes in the MLS and on your marketing things, but none of that's going to mean anything if the exclusion of your garage fridge doesn't actually make it into the purchase contract between you and your buyer. So I bought a fridge for a client before, like it's not the biggest deal in the world. I just want to make sure that whatever you tell me, that it actually ends up in the purchase contract, not just in the listing agreement between you and EXP. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about that. We talked about price, cash conventional, VA, blah, blah, blah.
So do you bring a blank one and you fill it out? in
Sure,
front of them, or
sure,
do you, like, pre-do it?
I'll fill the framework that's all typed in,
Yeah.
and then I'll leave the price blank because that's there. And then I'll put 6 in here. The worst, you've got to put 6 right here in A, right here.
I've never filled one of these out.
Yep. Put 6 right here and 109. And then this is how you split it. 2.5, 2.5, 1 or whatever. So I'll come but I would try to do 6. And then if they object and you got to go to 5, then just cross out and let them initial it, but come with 6. Like you're coming in, this is how we do business. The other thing that has to be in additional terms, if Doug and Jenner, right? Not if EXP sells the property, because if Nick Mckeehan brings the buyer, I'm not taking a haircut on that. And I'm not, because I can't change the MLS commission, but if Doug or Jenna also represent the buyer, total commission paid by seller is 5%. The other thing you have to put in there is, I write it exactly like this. A $295 MLS fee will be charged to the buyer's agent at closing. This is at no additional cost to the seller. Because they get freaked out if they see little fees and stuff. Yeah, at no additional cost to the seller. And EXP has to see that too. So here's the thing. I know you got all these other addenda, HOA addenda, property disclosure. I do bring a copy of the property disclosure just to leave it for them. Some of them want to fill it out.
So I
But
fill
if
in
you
the
can
packet.
get this sign, just this sign, you don't have to do all the other crap. Sit down right when you go, before you start asking questions. Okay, Nick, and could you spell your last name for me?
MCK
Mhm.
EE
Is it a big K?
capital K
EN?
EEHAN.
HAN, okay. And the cell phone that I have in my phone, that's the best one to reach you at, is that right? And what's that number again?
916
Uh-huh,
879 1643.
okay, 1643. And what's the best email for you?
Mckeehan, same spelling.
Mhm.
.nick@yahoo.
Nick@yahoo.com, okay. Perfect. And your wife, she's on the deed as well, right?
Yes.
And what's her name?
Kayla.
Kayla. Okay. Same last name?
No, she hasn't been able to change it because of COVID,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
Chapman.
And then her phone number is,
229.
and then her email is, and I'm
Yeah.
listening and I'm
Yeah.
writing, and I'm listening and I'm writing. Fantastic. Great. All right. So tell me a little bit about why I'm sitting here. I called you on the phone before, and then you go. Get all their contact information. Slow it down. They have some kind of preconceived notion of what the appointment is going to do, right? That's the other reason I like to not see the house first, because if there's other realtors that came in, they said, yeah, let's see the house, let's see the house, let's see the house. And they expect, it's a pattern interruption. They expect that you are going to arrive at the house. They've role played this in their head, even if you're the only realtor. I'm going to show them this, and I'm showing them, I'm going to pick up the bedroom, and I got to tell them, oh, I got to put the dog outside. Like, they have all this. And then I come in the door and I say, oh, wonderful to see you, blah, 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 blah. Hey, could we sit down at the kitchen table real quick? They're like, oh, do you want to see the house? Yeah, I do want to see the house. Let's sit down and talk for a second, though. And now I sit down, put my notepad out, I get their contact information, I start asking them some questions. I've just made it about them. The house is the house. The value is the value. The repairs are the repairs. The buyers are the buyers. This is what's important right here. This is what I need to work on. This is what's important to me. The house is important to you, and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to be good at that too. But first, I want to nail down the whys, timelines, the motivation, and establish myself as a person that you can trust and a person that can help you get where you're going.
Okay.
So I like that pattern interruption when you don't see the house first. And then they're going to talk about things while you're doing that little 10, 15 minutes. And you're say, oh yeah, well, why don't you show me the house? Because I haven't even seen it yet. And then they're going to get up and
Okay.
it's cool. It's good. You did a good job, man. You did a very good job.
Practice for a while this morning.
So,
Hey Doug, I have a quick question.
yes,
When
ma'am.
you do a listing presentation, should
Mhm.
you have both of the people that are potentially selling the
Yeah.
home to be in the meeting, or
Yeah,
could it be
you
one or
absolutely
the
should.
other?
You absolutely
Oh.
should, and that should be part of your pre-listing kind of when you qualify your appointment, whether you do it in the initial phone call or you do it later. You can call back later and just say, hey Doug, I saw that Jenna's on the title as well. Is she going to be at the appointment? No, she's at her sister's house in Maryland right now. Oh, okay. Well, when's Jenna back? Well, she's going to be back next week, but blah blah blah. Like, you got to make a decision. Oh, she's letting me do this part of the thing. You're either going on the appointment, you're not going to get an executed listing agreement, and you're just going for relationship building essentially, or you're going to wait and say, well, it's really important for me. I like to do a one-step listing appointment. So it's really important for me to have both decision makers at the first appointment. I'd love to do the appointment the day after Jenna gets back from Maryland. How's that sound? Right. So,
Okay.
yeah. Answer your question, Laura?
Yeah.
Laura, are you there?
Laura's here.
Laura, your sound's all messed up. It was messed up before too.
This material, this is actually right off the website. I just
Dude,
tailored it. This was fine.
Nick, I'm telling you, what you brought today is better than what 90% of realtors bring on appointments and their preparedness and everything. So, yeah, I mean, you're gonna, I know you're kind of referencing, like,
Yeah.
it'll be nice when you can do this and say, hey, look at all this cool stuff. But you did, I mean, I can tell. I'm sorry if you're trying to talk, Laura. Your audio is just like, I really can't hear you. But like, obviously I've either told you this or I've made a recording, but like, I like to bring this stuff and I say,
I definitely still have from you.
yeah. Oh yeah. So it only takes 64 hours for, I don't know if you know this, but it only takes 64 hours to get your real estate license online. So, I mean, there's something like 15,000 realtors just in the Tampa Bay area. It's like everybody and their brother's a realtor. So I really don't know, other than, they have a license and they have a client. I don't know the realtor that will be showing your house. in many cases. So, and I don't know if they know about your neighborhood, if they're from here, if they drove in from Orlando or Sarasota. So what I do is the way I attend every single one of the showings on your house is I make a full color listing package just like this, and everything that you tell me about your house, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna put it in here. All the updates, all the ages of things, that nice new AC with the UV light that's supposed to disrupt the bacteria, all that stuff is going to be in here so the buyer knows what they're looking at. Because people, the way they make decisions is so fickle that they have to have all of their information right here when they're standing in the house so that they can start envisioning themselves moving in. So once they have all the information in their hands, this is how I get a phone call when they're in your listing, and they start asking me some questions, and then they go home and they write an offer and they put it in my inbox, and then we have a conversation about it. So that's how I attend all of your listings. But it wouldn't make any sense for me to actually attend your showings because the relationship between the buyer and their agent is one that kind of needs some privacy while they're making a big decision like that. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But you
So-
leave those with them when people come in, or do you?
Like at my appointment?
No,
If they
like
want one.
if
Oh.
you have a showing, do you tell them, hey, put those things I told you on the counter? so
Oh,
they
I
can
do it. I do it. I bring them over and
Yeah,
I like set them up. And I have like a little display thing that I'll usually put this in a display, plastic display on the counter. And then I've got these all pushed into here like this, and they're all sitting there. Maybe business cards, I don't know.
you put a copy
Sometimes
of the listing as well.
not the listing.
No.
That's no, that's private. You can do a copy of the seller's disclosure, the survey, the HOA disclosure if you want, not the listing agreement. They don't need to know what commission structure there is, not until closing. So, yeah. You can print out one copy of the seller's property disclosure and put that in and write house copy on it. You can do that.
Okay.
For this last listing over in Riverview, this one, I made them I laminated a sign. I don't know if you saw on their garage door, it says cats in garage, probably hiding. It's okay if they go in the house, but not out the front door. And it had like cat graphics on it. And I laminated it. And when I delivered the marketing, I gave them that because we talked about that. So
Okay.
I just do like little things like that just to help them out. Cause they'll be like, oh, we'll make a sign for the door. And they're going to take a notebook paper and with Sharpie and and then I show up with a laminated sign, and I'm just more organized, more professional, more everything, and that's how I get more referrals. You did a really good job, Nick.
Thank you.
You should know that. Didn't he, ladies? He did a good job.
Yes, you did. You go, Nick.
Thank
I
you.
know I would have been nervous.
I was pacing in the parking lot.
Well, I remember when I first went on my listing presentation, it took me like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Because
Some
they
people
really-
will chat you up.
Yeah, they were getting really personal. So I was like, oh, like, I didn't even know how to get out of that.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Something for them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end. We're at 2:11. I'll end this and we'll put this on the thing. Good to see you, Laura. Hope you're doing great. Loved your video. Still don't have sound, but it was good to see you. Bye, Melissa.
Bye, guys.